I can tell you that during the Christopher Dorner investigation, Sheriff McMahon was the consummate leader. The sheriff was there from the minute we went to the mountain. And I knew he had a trip planned out of town. He was going on vacation, and I asked him if he was still going to be able to make that trip. And without hesitation, he said, as long as you guys are up here and as long as everybody else is up here, I'm going to be here. He supported us in every aspect. No matter what we needed, he was there to help. And he really did display some outstanding leadership to all of us that were involved in that tragic incident where ultimately one of our employees lost their life.
I'm the detective/corporal for the Homeless Outreach and Proactive Enforcement Team, a newly formed team formed specifically by Sheriff John McMahon. So far as the old paradigm of law enforcement and homelessness, Sheriff McMahon is one of the most progressive people that I've seen in a high position of authority in a law enforcement position that's willing to embrace new ideas. The old adage of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Well, it was obviously broken. And at the same time, he's not asking us to reinvent the wheel. He encouraged us to look outside our department and find a model that works. And in that sense, he doesn't hold on to old traditions. And it's, unfortunately, you see in law enforcement, it's, well, this is the way we've done it, we're going to keep doing that. Absolutely not. He's like, let's do this better. We're getting smart on homelessness. We're doing this a better way. Sheriff McMahon has found a good way, and he's embracing the change of how to be more effective, how to reduce the recidivism rate. The breaking of cycles is huge.
During the Christopher Dorner manhunt, I was one of the first responding officers. I was investigating a set of tire tracks, possibly being Christopher Dorner's, and I was shot 4 times. I was shot in the face, the chest, the arm, and the leg. Detective McKay and myself were transported by Sheriff's medevac rescue helicopter to Loma Linda Hospital. It's right when we got off the helicopter and they were wheeling me into the emergency room, the operating room. One of the first persons I saw was Sheriff John McMahon in the emergency room, and he held my hand and he told me that it was going to be okay and I was going to be all right. And that was one of the last things that I remember. Sheriff McMahon, through the entire incident, through my recovery, from being in the hospital. I was in the hospital for a little over a month, was with me the entire time, personally called my wife on the phone, I think every day. They made sure everything was okay, with him being there the entire time, before the shootout, after the shootout, and then during my entire recovery. I think he's a great leader and sets a great example for our Sheriff's Department, and I couldn't be more proud to work for him and work for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department.